Welcome back to the Nurturing Humboldt podcast, where we share real conversations about supporting families and building strong communities here in Humboldt County. I'm your host, Karina Vasquez, and this is episode 5. I can't believe it. 5 months of doing this, and I've loved every step of the way, and I'm really grateful for all you listeners. Today, we're shining a light on the Welcome Baby program, a partnership that walks alongside families through pregnancy and that first year after birth. Before we get started, I wanted to thank everybody who joined us at our recent community baby shower. Seeing so many families, partners, and community members come together to celebrate and connect was a reminder of how powerful it is when we show up for each other through the parenting journey. So, big thank you. Now, at its heart, the Welcome Baby program asks an important question. What would our world look like if every family felt supported, had what they needed, and didn't feel alone? This program is one answer to that question, offering wraparound care like healthcare coordination, home visits, transportation, supplies, and ongoing encouragement for new parents. I'm joined by Ashley, a First 5 Humboldt team member who helps keep the program moving through her grant and coordination work, and Tammy, a community health representative who works directly with families to help them with care and resources they need. If you know Tammy, you know she's very beloved in the community, and I can't wait for you guys to hear our conversation with the three of us. Let's go ahead and jump in. Ashley, do you want to introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about you?
Yes. Hi, my name's Ashley Hilliard. I am Yokeo Pomo from the Valley. I'm a project coordinator at First 5 Humboldt. I'm currently the project director of Welcome Baby Pathways to Resilience, and I have worked on most of the grants here that support perinatal health in our community. I previously have worked on Road to Resilient, which was a partnership with United Indian Health, and I feel honored that I also worked at United Indian Health as well as a community health representative, supporting families with the direct services.
Thank you for that, Ashley. You have done and do such great work. I'm so excited to dive deeper. And we also have someone else here that has some beautiful insight.
Yeah, one of the components of Pathways to Resilience is having a support person that is on your team. And at United Indian Health, they're called community health representatives. And I would love to introduce you to Tammy Valles.
Tammy, do you want to say hello and give us a little bit of a background on you?
Hello, I'm Tammy Valles. I'm a tribal member of the Yurok tribe. I work at United Health Service as a community health representative, also known as a CHR. I work with the Welcome Baby program.
Tammy, you're working directly with your community in your culture. Do you want to speak to that? Like what that looks like or maybe how that feels for you?
It's always been something that's been very important to me to work for my Native people in my community. I started off working at the Yurok tribe Head Start to work with our Native kids. Then I worked with the clinic at United Health Service because I feel like it's very important for me to give back to my community and work with my Native people. And it's important for me to work with my elders and to work with the new generations to come.
Thanks so much, Tammy. What a privilege it is to get to do such meaningful work within your community. I can't wait to hear more about what services you offer and how your work takes shape. So let's go ahead and dive in. Ashley, Welcome Baby and Pathways to Resilience, Program Director. Will you walk us through what the Welcome Baby program offers and what it looks like?
Yeah, the Welcome Baby Pathways to Resilience is a pre- and postnatal program that supports that perinatal continuum for families. It's made up of 2 components. First, it's the Welcome Baby component, which is a home visit provided by a nurse for any family in Humboldt County, which is a beautiful addition to our services that have been expanded. The other component is the Pathways to Resilience, which is a wraparound case management supports for families who may be experiencing substance use or are at risk for substance use. And that looks like connecting families to resources, having a support person on their side as well to navigate health.
So it sounds like amazing wraparound services on 2 different levels. What does it look like on a client level?
Each client is provided a support person, so a navigator, community health representative, CHW. They're called different things in different places, but they're provided a support person that can be their go-to individual that can help them with emotional support, get connected to resources, be in the home with them, and meet them where they are in their comfortable place. And you really just build a relationship with that individual and help them see the resiliency that already exists within their own family.
It's awesome. That is really beautiful. I always say that's awesome, and I feel like that's not the best. That's not the best way to do that. So, Ashley, walk us through a little bit more about Welcome Baby. Who in the county is offering this out? And from your lens, what makes Welcome Baby different than maybe other programs that offer wraparound services?
Yes. So Welcome Baby is definitely unique, as we decided how beautiful it would be to coordinate with all or most organizations that also support the perinatal community. And so with this program, we have brought together United Indian Health Services, Kamau Medical Center, Redwoods Rural Health Center, Open Door Community Health Center, and the Public Health Nursing. And so it's a really amazing opportunity to bring everyone to the table to support, to support these folks, these families, and accessing good quality care. I think it also builds off the strength that each organization has and how they meet their community. And so we are kind of coming in and empowering that and kind of lifting that piece up while we also build on what a Welcome Baby hopes to further support. So filling gaps, creating a collaborative effort, and referral pathways that will be here long after Welcome Babies here. So that feels like a really, really beautiful sustainability piece that we can offer the community once this grant is over.
I feel like one thing that's like really speaking to me is I think parenthood, motherhood, raising a baby, being in more of a rural area can feel very alone. And so what I feel like this is like, you're not, like, that's kind of like the energy that this is, and bringing all these different tribal partners in the clinics, it really feels like you're listening, and you guys are trying to meet those gaps and really bring everyone together to the same table with the same goals.
Absolutely. I feel like not only are we trying to reach every individual throughout the county, and in some cases Delaware County, who might need support, because becoming a new parent can bring up a lot of challenges and new routines and experiences that families may or may not feel prepared for. And so when families are in need, what is beautiful about this is that we connect them to all of these folks, and that we all have a piece of this work to better wellness of families.
For folks, like, what are the most common reasons people are joining the program?
I think pregnancy and postpartum can be such a tender time for families, and they may be experiencing substance use. They may be around substance use or at risk for substance use, or just the reality of people need support. And so this program is for really anyone who would like a supportive person on their side and on their team to help them reach the goals that they're hoping to reach as they bring a new life to the world. I just think it's beautiful to be able to be with families. Really meet them where they're at, tend to the needs that are present within their lives, and even just witness them and what they may be experiencing.
Holding that space. What does coordination work look like? So if somebody is coming to the program and they have maybe a lot of different needs, so there's a part here with the resiliency and maybe the addiction work, baby, a new baby's being introduced. What does that kind of look like in the program? And then Tammy, if you have anything to add to that, feel free to.
There's a lot of times there's lots of different things that need to be tended to. I would say that our goal initially is to support the family in the most immediate needs. So that mostly looks like getting their basic needs met, So ensuring that they're connected to food resources or supporting them through getting connected to housing resources, and making sure they're in a safe environment as well. And I feel like once we can tend to those a little bit or support them and getting connected with those helps, then we can kind of then go up the ladder more of once they have food and housing, then they may want to attend their appointments more regularly. Once they have transportation, they're able to go to the places their providers are hoping that they will go to. But most importantly is safety, food, having a warm place to be. And feeling cared for.
Oh, yeah.
Like you guys wear a lot of hats. I was going to say, CHRs wear a lot of hats, different hats. They're able to support families in many different ways. And so it also looks like having different allies and different organizations where you can connect families to, so that they feel comfortable accessing resources in other places. So when they're graduated from the program, then they're like, oh, wow, I can go to the family resource and get diapers. Or I know so-and-so at Good for People. And they feel confident, comfortable accessing those. So, like being a bridge. Two jars are bridges for sure.
I could see you wearing many different hats, Tammy.
I feel like they don't always want to ask the questions and they don't know how to get help or services. But I feel like with us knowing a lot of resources, we're able to be listening to them and they open up to us when they're feeling comfortable with us. And then they let us know what they need. And so with all the resources that we're able to help them and answer the questions they haven't been asked yet.
Yeah. How can people get connected to Welcome Baby? Ashley, if somebody listening is a parent or, is expected to be a parent and wants to get involved, how do they do that?
So you can get connected to Welcome Baby Pathways to Resilience at any of our partnering agencies. If you are a client at any of those places, then you can absolutely get connected with someone that can support you. You can also come to us for 5 and we can help you get connected with someone. And then we have a self-referral as well. So you can fill out a self-referral. It's a link, and send us your information. And then we can also connect you with supports that way.
Are there any barriers for somebody joining the program? Like, is there anything that would maybe make someone not able to join?
So for the Welcome Baby piece of the program, that's for any family who has given birth.
Okay.
And we hope that you're connected to us in the first couple months following the birth of your baby. You can get connected with that program with everyone that I had shared. With Pathways to Resilience, it is that pre and postnatal case management supports. And that has the eligibility around the substance use piece. So the 4 Ps. And that's a really broad. It's, if you've had experience in the past, if your partner has had experience, if your parents have had experience with substance use, or if you do. And so if you say yes to any of those questions, and that includes tobacco or alcohol, then you are eligible to receive services. And I will say that there can be and is stigma around sharing about your substance use, whether that is tobacco, especially when you're pregnant, just for the fear of what that might bring up when working with providers. And I just want to say that this is just an eligibility piece. This information does not get shared with our funders or goes anywhere that may affect your care at all. And that this is just here to support you. So by saying yes to one of those questions, you can receive so much care.
Thank you for highlighting that, because I do think that that safety piece kind of plays a role where somebody might want to answer a question and maybe want that support, but it feels, it's like, what are you going to do with this information? Am I going to be at risk? Is my baby going to be at risk? When in reality, I hear is that you guys are trying to make it as accessible as possible. And also, the more that you share with somebody, kind of how Tammy mentioned, the more support that you're going to get, even without saying everything you need, through things are going to come up, and you're going to be seen, literally. And,
Yes. A lot of times families will, say yes to one of the questions that's, their partner or parents or past or something. And then as we begin working with that client and we build trust and they feel more comfortable and you know that we're on their team and on their side, then they're more comfortable to share maybe things that they're currently experiencing. And so when that happens, it's so amazing too, because then we can really support them in the ways that they might need to really make change for their kiddos and then their future.
Yeah. Thank you. So what's something you wish more people knew about care and the intention that goes into building programs like this? I think people will be able to hear it in the way that you're answering it. Because I feel like there's this piece that I'm hearing from you where it's like what I mentioned, where you see people and you really think about care in this really, what does it mean to care for somebody in a true way? But what's something that you wish people knew?
Gosh, how thoughtful each part of this program is, and how we're really trying to meet the needs of our actual community. Right? You can receive a grant and they have their own goals and missions in that. And so my job has been, how can I utilize these funds and meet the needs of the funder, but also make it flexible and meet the needs of our community and then each individual organization, so that this is a program for the clients specifically. And I feel super honored that I've worked with clients many different ways in clinical settings as a CHR and done direct services and learned so much from them. So I feel like I carry what I've learned through working with families to be able to advocate for them in a way that, creates change within systems that, are here to support us. But also we all have our own goals in these places as well. So, so it feels like a good spot to be in.
I think it really speaks a lot. And it shows in a program when somebody has done all of the levels of work and now is like overseeing the program and is like, no, but this is actually what we need to do to like create good change. So thank you, Ashley. There's also something here underneath these layers that I don't know if you want to share, but it's very felt in your work.
The passion to support Native families in the community. Yeah, that's been a huge passion of mine since like a young girl. But supporting my family and the community as a whole and the Native community really got me to the place here to be able to support road resilience with UIHS as a partner. And then additionally now expanding to support all of the community, but still holding the desire to improve families' experiences in Humboldt County, but also Native families' experiences as well in the community.
Do you feel like that drives you more in your work? Like it pushes you maybe even further? Because I feel like when we have this connection with our community, it drives our work so much, like with a lot more passion.
Oh yeah, it definitely drives me 100%. Yeah, I feel like that is what got me into this work and helping people and wanting to support families in all different ways. And so it feels good to be able to now do it in a bigger way too.
And I think it's so beautiful because our Native families here definitely deserve to be seen and like recognized in these ways. So thank you, Ashley. So somebody that's doing a lot of the groundwork and really working in the most beautiful way with families, Tammy, for someone who's never met or knows about what a CHR does, how would you describe what you do?
The Community Health Representative Program was created by Indian Healthcare Services in 1968 to improve the healthcare and American Indian and Alaska Native communities through trusted, culturally responsible care. CHRs are more than just a little helper. They bridge between our community clinics, walk in our clients to provide basic healthcare needs, and supporting and empowering them on their journey to health and well-being. As a CHR, we provide outreach, educational outreach, support, home visits, as well as injury prevention. We could do blood pressure and glucose testing. We make sure their home's safe. We check, make sure there's any safety issues. We make sure they have everything they need in their home. We also do injury prevention, such as car seats, life jackets, bike helmets, and such.
I feel like you're the friend I want to have. Oh, I have this very specific question. Tammy, no. What do you feel about the Welcome Baby program and the clients you work with? How are you seeing that?
I feel like I'm building a connection with them, and I feel like once I get that connection with them, they're more likely to open up to me. And because I am a part of the Yurok tribe, I am a part of the Wiyot tribe and Tolowa tribe. A lot of local tribes around here, I'm related to a lot of people in that tribe. And so I'm able to build a connection by knowing families and then feeling comfortable because I'm part of the Native community.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure they see, a part of themselves in you. And so that even like helps them feel held. You're the person that people can lean on.
In that village.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. It takes a village to raise a family. Can't do it all on your own.
No. I feel like if somebody laid out a map of like, oh, the help that I've got, Tammy's inner workings would be in there. You're weaving all of that together.
Yeah.
So Tammy, when you meet with someone who's newly pregnant, what's most important to you in those first visits?
Building that connection.
Yeah.
Because if I don't build that connection, they're not going to feel comfortable with me and they're not going to open up. So a lot of us, we have pride and we don't need help. We could do it on our own.
Yeah.
And so by me letting them know, well, you don't have to do it on your own. There's all these things here to help us. And we need to take advantage of the service that's offered to us because we can't all do it on our own.
No. I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe I should check before I say it. But I remember there's this like that quote where it's like, oh, you just pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. But then if you think about what that means, it's when you do that, you fall back. So like it's okay to need support, and we have these ideas that like, we got it. I mean, maybe I'm not doing great, but I got it. I don't want to be inconvenient. And it's like, no, there's people that want to support you. What kind of things do families usually need help with? Ashley mentioned earlier, sometimes it's the basics, where maybe they don't feel safe in their home or there's some food insecurity. But what do you feel like you've seen that families are going through when they connect with you?
The main one, I feel like, for everybody in general is support. They need that support team. They might not have it or they feel like they can't ask for any, but like they can't ask for help from anybody. So they just need somebody to listen to. But I feel like they need housing resources, food resources, help finding work and that such thing. Usually the 4 P's, they're connected to me by answering yes to one of those questions. I get a referral and they're ones that would be good for the program because they're going through some kind of trauma, which in Native community, a lot of us are going through trauma. It may not be us immediate, maybe our family, what our family's been through. But in the Native community, that is a big thing. So for us to help guide them in this program is really amazing.
Ashley, did you want to add anything to, what kind of things do you feel like this program really kind of tends to?
Yeah, I think it tends to exactly what Tammy was sharing. in addition to being able to supply client support items when needed. So that might look like car seats and strollers, safety items like baby gates, or maybe they have an appointment at UCSF and need support in getting to that appointment, so that we're able to help that family get to the appointments that they need.
Wow.
So there's this other area of Welcome Baby Pathways Resilience that helps them with the needs, the immediate needs, like those, to better support their health.
That's incredible, because not only are you saying, oh, I know how to get you connected, it's like, I can get you there. Like, you don't have transportation, we can figure that out. You also need diapers and wipes right now, we can get that for you.
Into like this program supports families when they're pregnant through that first year. So the impact that we can have by Tammy just being there to support a family can completely change that generation.
Yeah.
So completely change the way that family will then maybe show up for their little one, and then ripples out into the community. I feel like this is definitely generational work that the CHRs are doing, whether it's with this program or the CHR program as well.
Yeah, because that's such a fundamental piece. It's like you're helping the person in front of you, and you're helping the next generation that's to come. So home visiting plays a huge role in this program. Tammy, you get to visit people outside of clinic settings. You get to go in their homes, into the community. How do you feel like that changes the relationship?
I feel like going back to that home visit, that connection I'm building, I feel like it helps me with them feeling comfortable with me in their home, because that's their safe spot. They're inviting me into their safe spot. And so that connection I built, the relationship I'm building with them, I gain their trust to allow me to come in their home. And as well as in the community, they feel comfortable with me taking them to do things, to get services, because they built a relationship. They know I'm going to take them to somewhere safe and help them in any way I can.
Yeah. And it probably takes away that barrier too of transportation. And it's like, we can physically, like literally meet you where you're at.
We will help you if you need us to go into your appointment because you don't feel as comfortable. It's something that we can be there for you.
And I've talked about this in the past when we've had different like medical professionals on the podcast, but there's a lot of like anxiety or maybe past traumas when it comes to medical settings. So that might make somebody not want to go to their appointments, maybe a conscious or subconscious level. So having someone that's like, I will take you and I will be there with you. That
support is really encouraging.
Yeah.
Definitely tends to like the social aspect of families' lives. We sometimes go to the provider or doctor and they're tending to like physical, symptoms or the physicalities of our care.
Like the immediate need.
Yes. And I feel like our program and being able to be in homes, you're able to tend to like the emotional piece of the family, the social piece, getting to see them in their own environment. That comfortability piece is huge.
Yeah. Just so folks understand maybe the program or see it from a different lens, are there any stories that you want to share where you really felt like your presence as a CHR really made a difference?
I felt like working at the clinic with me being knowledgeable about what services are out there. I was able to, a client called and they just wanted information on one thing, but I knew about other services to help them and their family. And it just benefited them even more. And they just really appreciated that I was able to help them, even though they only called for one thing, but I was able to help them with multiple things.
What's something small or simple that you've done that a family's told you meant a lot outside of maybe this connection piece?
Just smiling.
Yeah.
I had an elder just tell me, your smile made my day, because just showing that you care, you're there for them, your listening ear, because sometimes it's all they need and they need a smile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you haven't gotten it from the podcast, Tammy definitely has not only a beautiful smile, but you do have a really inviting aura. It's like I wanna keep making you laugh. Um, that's beautiful, and that's the type of people that are in this program. Those are the people that are gonna be there to support you. So if you're listening and you think that you have a family that could use a referral, or maybe you want to self-refer, these are the people that are going to be supporting you. Someone that has a beautiful smile, a connection with community, and that wants you to succeed.
We call that, we say, smile is good medicine. Laughter's good medicine.
That's right. What keeps you grounded in work like this? Especially when things feel heavy, because I could imagine, like many of us who do that kind of care, that maybe sometimes things maybe feel heavy. So how do you have any advice for folks that do this kind of work on how you keep yourself grounded?
I feel like self-care is the big thing. Making sure you take time for yourself. You do what helps yourself. Go on a walk, go listen to music. For me, that's a lot of things, but also keeps me grounded is my culture activities. Culture is very important to me. I do bear grass, I do basket work, I go gather, I do beadwork, and that keeps me grounded. I also offer that to clients, and in the program I'm gifted to do a culture class with them at the end of the month and get together with the families, the babies, and they get to share their stories, their experiences. And
yeah. It's like we talked about, sometimes we pass that generational trauma. We're working really hard not to. And on the flip side, we get to pass along all the beautiful parts of our culture. And you're doing that. You're playing such a big role in that, helping families pass that, be involved in it themselves, and then also have their kids see it. It's just so meaningful.
Yeah.
What do both of you wish people knew more about this kind of support during pregnancy and postpartum?
That they're not alone. There's more people in the community that has struggled the same as them. But there's community members out there that want to help them on their journey and their well-being. Postpartum, I just wish people would know more that you're not the only one that's dealing with that situation. Somebody else out there may have been dealing with it. And so seeking those services to help you.
Yeah, I would say, definitely not alone. Not only are there people, here at Welcome Baby, but there's people in the community that want to continue to support you and your well-being. Another thing that's really beautiful too is like Tammy had shared, there's other people that have experienced the same or similar things. And so it's really nice when we're able to create spaces and groups like the cultural classes where families can come together and support one another as well. So, the CHRs are supporting families through challenging times, but they also get to sit with families and ground and be with them and support each other in a whole bunch of different ways.
Yeah. I feel like one thing that's coming up for me is sometimes maybe I feel like I get in like a scarcity mindset where I feel like if I have enough, then I'm okay. But then it's like, what does it actually mean to thrive? Like, what does that look like? Can you open yourself up to the possibility of more? And it sounds like this is such a beautiful pathway to that, to thrive in not a new way, but a different way, where you get to do it as a family and you get to do it while you're welcoming new life. And, at First Five, we very much value families with young children, and we understand the importance of children. And so for families that are listening that are pregnant, bringing a child into the world is such a beautiful and incredible thing. And sometimes society or spaces make us feel like kids are like a burden, but they aren't. And we see you and we are there to kind of help you lift them and lift yourself.
Yeah, what would the world look like if families felt supported and had what they need, had what they needed, and they didn't feel alone? Like what would our community look like? what the world look like.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's what we're aiming to support.
That's the heart. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much to both of you for joining us on the Nurturing Humboldt podcast. The goal of the podcast is really to bring like local voices, stories, and to really share with families that there's support out there and what that looks like. So thank you both for the work that you do, for showing up for your culture, for the community, and for continuing to build those bridges.